This time is a bit different. Off camera, I acquired Joe Burrow, Bridgewater. We added Eric Ebron to give David Njoku some help. And off camera. And we also added our major defensive guy with Ryan Shazier. Bro, this team's gonna be nice. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into preseason. Baker's only gonna get a drive. Same as last year's format. He's gonna get a drive, no more. We obviously came up just short, so redemption starts here.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's get up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle.
And the kick is underway, starting off preseason.
Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Godden. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
Fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he got blown up on that play.
And Greedy Williams in the second year.
That's going to go as a loss of
Greedy Williams there with the tackle.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he will lose yardage on the play.
And Randall with the stop as Hines goes nowhere.
1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive of your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield.
And Eric Berry is there with the stop after a big play.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. That's caught inside the 20.
Caught by Zach Ertz.
Give him 30 yards there. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Wentz. Bringing it in, Jackson left side.
Deshaun Jackson not going anywhere.
Percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Eric Berry's the textbook definition of ball-hawking safety. You name it, he can do it on the football field.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Working from the gun, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right.
And Wentz looked
Only able
bad
to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So it'll remain to be seen how many drives this unit gets in, this being the preseason, but here they start with 3 points.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll actually see them anymore. They got 3 points on the board, 1 drive here in preseason. In this game, baseball caps, NFL approved, of course, for everyone.
And here are the Browns for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And we're back to my old playbook.
The Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Look at the amount of stars that we have, though.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Dude, I don't know I'm coughing so much.
This offense has a lot to account for, but at the top of the defense's list is OBJ.
I'm not sure how you really game plan for him, because no matter what you do, he finds a way to uncover himself downfield. And the speed gets it from his mom, a former sprinter at LSU.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Mayfield. Finding Harris over the middle. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his
Caught by Njoku.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got the hook.
And Darby's there to make the stop after Odell picks up the 1st down.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now,
almost picked off.
Should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Come on, hurry, hurry! Alert, 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 alert! Got.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Over the middle to
And
Beckham.
he hits
And
Beckham.
he has another 1st down as they get the ball down to the Eagles 16. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help, because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys gonna come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run.
And Odell gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland. A 15-yard touchdown Brown. And the Browns have taken the lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Great way to start the drive. 20 good ones and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And he works
Hines
his way
gets
forward
gain
from
of
that 4 up to the
about
midfield
4.
stripe. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that are working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield.
And they have a decision to make. Punt, and they're going to choose the punt.
Well. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. That is how
beautiful
you put
punt.
position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely.
Baker's night is done. I think they'll still get some chances, but not many.
Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they'll start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. To throw is Bridgewater. And he's got his man across.
That's most likely going to be taken back.
Taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Come on, David, you can't be doing that, bro.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out. And
we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. Now, it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yep, in here.
Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th
Curse
down.
can't hold on.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything
And they just booed it.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Come on. Special teams, you got to start playing better, though. Special teams, they got to start playing better.
Unit now as they head out to take over possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable.
Noted. We need a backup.
First downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The target there, Mac Hollins. And it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he gets a gain of 22 yards on the play. Yeah, I'm gonna take Miles out. Okay.
Take it down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Go. 30 base.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Touchdown, Philly.
Dallas Goedert, 47 yards. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on
Teddy
the last
Bridgewater.
they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And that ball is incomplete.
Consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. On the ground, it's Chubb. Across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
Gets a gain of a few.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now
encroachment
up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Harris should have caught that, though.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Mike 5-2. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Boy, no chance as
And
he was
Hunt
met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
The kick is good. He just slips it through.
Into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And they will not get it. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Woo! Morgan Burnett.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz.
They'll look to throw here. And
Ball gets dropped.
Complete.
Played by Terrence Mitchell.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb.
Chubb, not going anywhere.
With a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. 3rd down here.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football.
What a throw by Bridgewater.
Well, they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. This quarterback now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. That's out to Chubb, complete.
Ball comes out.
And the Eagles have recovered.
Got a hold on to the football, Chubb.
No team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that
Gotta have
season,
that.
he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
Ertz down the sideline.
20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, 61 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
What a catch by Njoku. One-handed grab.
Back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. Now he's
ball comes out.
Loses the football. And it's
picked up
by the Eagles. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You gotta hold on to the football.
If this is the regular season
thing that you
we
gotta
talk
do.
about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. At the half,
Bridgewater could get cut,
back
though.
to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now left side on the swing pass. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Damn it.
19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
94.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This short throw caught by Goddard.
Bridgewater, your night's done. Your night is done. Burrow, show me what you got.
Take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. That is caught.
Touchdown, Eagles.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Yeah, we're still in this game, though.
Here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because
Burrow's first NFL pass is
to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field, and to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He hits Julian
pass
Curtis.
caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. It's caught on the left side by Kurz.
Okay.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
I'm gonna just reset it.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
You ready? Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Hey, pick your head.
2nd and 11. And he fires
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now he's going to let it go
Ball
deep
is
inside. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it,
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Not really sure what they're waiting for.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
On the set.
Oh, shit.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. The Eagles send out their punter now. So we have reached halftime in our, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the 2nd half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than it is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming and down he goes.
Burrow goes down.
A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When you just go ahead and go down.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
He'll get that to DeVal, the tight end.
Okay.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Ready? 15.
They run. Chubb. And stopped
It's only a 14-point game.
Goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw.
Touchdown, Browns! Joe Burrow's first touchdown pass of the preseason.
As his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on this.
Got it.
The offense now at the line.
Joe Schobert sign up on the line.
All day, any day, any day. Check three down.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll be up in at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3.
Why do you have Schobert lined up on the line?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Another run with Sanders. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And down he goes!
Gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Nice
Jordan
play.
Willis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take.
I don't want Chubb in the game now. Oh yeah, we can roll with Hillard and McCoy.
Over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck.
Nowhere to escape.
And Joe Burrow
down.
gets sacked.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So a change of possession here on the front. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And he hits
and
the running back.
Outside, this is Sanders. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. It's a 2nd down.
Ball comes out. The Browns pick it up.
Free. And the return here will go to the 31-yard
Malik Collins recovers the fumble.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in a running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
Yo, Joe Burrow's beasting.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job.
Good snap, good hold, the kick is good.
Seibert's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep route. If you're going to throw it, if you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down.
You got to catch that.
Giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. They'll look to throw.
Yeah, and they'll just go with the underneath stuff.
To his running back, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits
nice
at the
call
3 and bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes.
Picked off!
The defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And shutting him off now open field. And he'll bring it all the way
How
back
do you not
just
tackle him to right there?
shy of midfield. And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
And he misses the pass.
He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 24. They'll set up to throw.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Sanders. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
You got to be kidding me, bruh.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Come on, set. 60 out long.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard
as he gets the first down.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Holding the field goal.
Right back to Sanders on first down.
And that's a face mask.
Somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look
And
to
down he
throw.
goes in the
And
back.
he's taken down.
Christian
With the inbound
Kirksey.
sack. Christian Kirksey coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
And
He's got
that's
it. And he'll be brought down right on
they
the
get
edge
down
of
to the
goal line at
1.
about the 1-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders.
Nope.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield.
he
and goes
held them to a
backwards.
field goal.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
They were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
caught by Ebron.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 30 yards there, and of course the 1st down as well. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
McCoy gets
He's
the
got the first down
outside.
more inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
They ran that one well, and not
Yeah,
only did they
I
pick
love
up a nice chunk of
LaShawn
yardage on the
McCoy
screen,
for
they sent
that.
a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he can't get
And
rid
he
of
gets
it. He's
sacked.
taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And
Incomplete.
this one's incomplete.
Damn.
The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here.
And he gets
Nowhere to
sacked.
escape,
Putting
and
them
he
out of
goes
field goal
down.
range.
Timmy Jernigan, his 2nd sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to hit the goal line
That
and
hurts.
continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin
on, hold
the
'em.
next drive.
Hold 'em. Let's go, let's
They're
go.
holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside.
That hurts.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Tate. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
And that's the game.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really?
They're just going to run out the clock.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line
They
as
have a
this
decent amount of
offense
time.
gets set to take over.
Hey, orbit. Also get it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Joe Burrow.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And he gets sacked.
Rush, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now it's a quarterback. Intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45.
And the face mask.
This one to the 30-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take
Burrow
over.
looked good,
The way that
despite
you
the
close,
2
the way that you
picks.
finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
Despite what the stats say, Burrow looked good.
Crew,
Mayfield looked good.
You've been watching
Bridgewater
the
looked
NFL
terrible.
on EA Sports. With that,
But
we
he will
say
get more
good night
chances next week.
from Cleveland.
Because we're now expecting we're expecting to make the Super Bowl. Anything less is a failure. We went out, we got the pieces we needed. I will probably make a Batman video later, but that's for another day. Anyway, that'll for today.